Truckers X TV on air. We are now live in 3, 2, 1. What's good, you guys? Truckers X TV talking to right now. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Spirit of Justice. In the previous episode, we completed the investigation, and now we're about to go into trial. Before we begin, ladies and gentlemen, make sure and do me a favor and hit that like button, and your support is greatly appreciated to the channel. So now it's time for trial, ladies and gentlemen. It's time. I'm not quite sure if we can get this under an hour, but we'll try to split into certain parts. Maybe there's about maybe 6 things overall we have to do. Not in trial wise, but either we're gonna get this in a full video or in maybe 2 parts or 3, but we'll see how this goes. April 28th, 9:15 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3. And it also depends on how much text we're given, so yeah. I'm fine. I'm Apollo Justice, and I'm fine. Is Apollo okay? He's been muttering to himself all morning. He's been like that since yesterday. Guess the pressures of today's trial is getting to him. Poor Polly. He's really tearing himself up all over this. Get it together, Apollo! Yikes! Athena, when did you get here? Try to relax a little bit, will you? You're getting yourself way too worked up. Yeah, but I'm alright. I'm fine! You know, I did a little digging on this Nahyuta Sanmari guy. He apparently is not your run-of-the-mill prosecutor. Oh yeah? What did you find out? Well, they say he wields an incredible power to accurately read a trial's karma and its ultimate fate. What is that supposed to mean? I don't have all the details, but apparently he can foresee how the arguments will go and even lead his opposition. So the defense basically ends up going in whatever direction he has in his head. Man, this isn't going to be cakewalk, if that's true. Emma did say she talked to him for us, though. He's hoping that went well. In any case, it sounds like he's going to keep us up on our toes. That's why I know you're ready. That's why I know you're ready. Why I know I can leave Trucy in the office to you. I believe in you, Apollo. Mr. Wright is putting his faith in me. I can't let him down now. I'm fine. There he goes again. It's almost like he's chanting a prayer. I'm fine. I'm Apollo Justice, and I'm fine. If you say so, Apollo. The trial will start. Oh, the trial will start momentarily. Is the defense ready? Yes, we're fine. Trucy's fate and the fate of the agency race on this trial. This is it, Justice. If ever there was a time to shine, it's now. Here we go. April 28th, 9:30 a.m. Day 1. Court is now in session. All rise. Court is now in session for the trial of Trucy Wright. The defense is ready, Your Honor. And the prosecution? Prosecutor Sanmari. 1,000 pardons. It was rude of... wrong voice. 1,000 pardons. It was rude of me to keep you waiting. I was praying for the victim. Oh, praying. Yes, I see. You're a Chinese monk, correct, Prosecutor? Yes, that is correct. I am but a lowly monk from the kingdom of Kurai. I beg in advance for the forgiveness and kind patience of everyone here in this court. I am unfamiliar with the proceedings of this country, and may make many blunders. He He's like such a gentle-mannered soul, doesn't he? I wonder if Emma had a chance to talk with him about Trucy.
Now then, Prosecutor Sanmani, your opening statement if you would.
Certainly. In the name of the Holy Mother, I vow to guide the victim's soul to a land of eternal peace, known as the Twilight Realm. Now, let the last rites of the victim begin. Nahyuta Sanmati. He's really been making a name for himself apparently, but that nickname, Last Rites Prosecutor, I wonder how that will come into play today. The incident took place in the middle of a spectacular magic show. The accused performed a magic trick in which she thrust a sword into a coffin. A coffin from which the body of the victim then spilled out, dead from a fatal stabbing. The victim's name was Manov Mistri, otherwise known as the Great Mysterious. His blood was found on the sword that was used during the magic trick. Autopsy report added to the courtroom record. I don't know why I keep saying room.
So his death was just an unfortunate accident.
It is only natural for one to assume as such, Your Honor. However, it was no mere accident, but rather a homicide. The prosecution position is thus that this was a murder made to look like an accident.
I see, and you believe this crime was committed by the defendant?
After a thorough consideration of all possible scenarios, I am unfortunately had no other choice but to conclude as much.
So that's how it's going to be, huh?
I guess Emma couldn't convince him after all.
Very well, and now let us hear from the defense.
Naturally, we maintain that the defendant is innocent, Your Honor. If the defense wouldn't mind, could you please explain your reasoning?
My reasoning?
Well, I would have to say that my main reason is because I believe in the defendant. I see, so you find it difficult to come up with anything more concrete than that, do you? What a fine demonstration of fact that you are indeed a lawyer of putrid mind.
Putrid mind? Prosecutor Sanmati!
Excuse me, but I don't... Huh? What did he say? It's all Japanese right there, but the freaking text is there. Is it Japanese? Yeah, the freaking text is different.
If you don't mind my asking, Prosecutor, what was that you were just chanting?
A sutra of the Holy Mother that guides those of a tainted soul toward enlightenment. It is a Kunai's incantation to awaken the foolish from their fruitless slumber. Fitting for a lawyer who indulges in such fancy as the innocence of the accused.
I see, so basically you're asking the defense to get real.
Allow me these few words, defense. It is my duty as a monk to punish sinners, and to guide victims' souls to the Twilight Realm. Should you show repentance and admit to the accused's guilt now, no harm will come to you. But should you interfere with my sacred last rites for the victim, then I shall cast you down into the pit of hell, along with Trucy Wright. Now wait just 1 minute here. Putrid, pit of hell, is that any way to address someone in a court of law?
Prosecutor Sanmati, that may be the way you conduct trials in Kudain, but I would appreciate it if you would refrain from such charged language here.
Your Honor, that was but a Kunai's sermon for those who have strayed from the path. Harsh words are often necessary to admonish contemptible deviants who cannot see reason.
Oh, I see. I didn't realize.
I guess they really do hate defense attorneys in Kudain, huh? Even still, that was way over the top as far as verbal abuse goes. And the trial's only just begun.
Well, defense, I suppose the way a prosecutor does things varies by country. Why don't we look at this cross-cultural exchange and try to be open-minded about it?
What? Oh no.
Bailiff, please bring in the first witness.
We're 10 minutes in already. There she is. Oh, great. Uh-oh, I thought she said goodbye to Snackoos. Emma? Emma?
Detective Skye, the courtroom is no place for gorging yourself.
What's wrong with having a little snack? Girls gotta eat, right? She's, seems a little stressed out. Detective Skye, your testimony, please. This is not Detective Gumshoe. Yeah, about that. I just want to state the record that I believe in Tracy Wright is innocent.
I'm sorry?
Detective Skye, this path you seek to follow is misguided. Giving the wrongdoer false hope will only deepen her despair in the end. But I let it go and move on. Acts which go against your duty will earn you divine punishment from the Holy Mother. Oh no. Emma? Oh no. Fine. I don't know about the divine part, but I get the punishment bit loud and clear. I guess Emma got assigned tons of paperwork or something for sticking up for Trucy. She and Prosecutor Samani don't seem to get along very well, do they? Shall we continue? The prosecution contends that the accused had a clear motive. The evidence, if you would, Detective Skye. Alright. Please take a look at this poster.
Okay.
It's a Troupe Gremier poster from 13 years ago.
Huh?
Is it just me or a little different from the one Miss Wright's dressing room? This is a revised version of that poster. Oh, this one says cancelled under Mr. Rios. That's right, Mr. Rios left the troupe after the first version of the poster was printed. Take a look at Mr. Rios' right forearm near his elbow. See the big scar?
Yes, I do.
He apparently got that when he made a mistake while practicing a magic trick. Ouch, that's quite a scar. Because of that accident, Magnifique Gremier concluded Mr. Rios was too unskilled. Just before the show was to open, Magnifique announced Mr. Rios wouldn't have been appearing. When in defiance of Magnifique's decision, Mr. Rios tried to go on stage anyway. This in turn caused Magnifique to oust Mr. Rios from the troupe on the spot.
He kicked Mr. Rios out? That seems rather extreme. Did he really have to go that far?
When it came to magic, Troupe Gremier was so passionate. Or should I say extreme about it, that it caused problems for that. Oh wait, the heck. About it, that it caused problems for the Dam from time to time, okay. Getting my words mixed.
Yes, they even caused this court a mountain of trouble with their extreme antics.
And now the troupe's successor has committed a murder. It seems the troupe's rare talent has inherited by the right person after all. A putrid talent for criminality.
Oh, great. You sound rather extreme yourself, Prosecutor.
Criminals with impure souls do not deserve sympathy, Your Honor. Ahem! As I was saying, after his expulsion, Mr. Rios apparently went on to hold a grudge against the troupe. He would tell those close to him I will get my revenge on Troupe Gremier someday.
Revenge, huh? That certainly sounds antagonistic.
My question, how did she come in contact with him? And then, his chance for revenge finally came, if you would be so kind, Detective Skye. I guess I don't have a choice, do I? Here we go. Witness testimony. The defendant's motive. The victim planned to get his revenge on the Troupe Gremiers during Trucy's magic show. Mr. Rios was going to first steal the Gremier notebook from the defendant. He then intended to reveal the secrets behind their magic tricks during the show. That was the victim's plan for revenge, and while he did, in fact, steal a notebook, the defendant murdered him before he had a chance to reveal the secrets. By the time the accused had discovered the notebook's theft, it was too late. Her only option was to kill Rias and make it look like an accident.
Objection!
That's nothing but conjecture.
Objection!
The victim's assistant, Bonnet de Fame, gave the police a statement. She testified that just before the start of the show, Mr. Rias said, "I'm going to reveal all the troupe's Grammier secret on stage today." What? Well, that isn't exactly a great starting point for a rebuttal, is it?
You're telling me?
Allow me to give you one piece of advice, defense.
Oh, and what's that?
Let it go and move on.
Excuse me?
Helping a sinner will only sully your own soul. One possessed of an unclean soul will burn in the flames of hell, and then be ever burdened with that sin in their next life.
But I don't believe in that sort of thing. Besides, I have no intention of giving up.
Oh, Holy Mother, grant me the strength to deal with this putrid lawyer. All actions have consequences, and yours will surely earn you the honor of being a mere stink bug at best in your next life.
A stink bug? Now then, Mr. Justice, your cross-examination, please. Let's get ready for this. Here we go. Cross-examination. Where it is a stylist. There you go. Defendant's motive.
We got 5 tries. The victim planned to get his revenge on the true Grammiers during the magic show.
Mr. Rias was going to... Oh, what the heck was I doing?
He was going to steal the first Grammier notebook from the defendant. He then attempted to reveal the secrets behind the magic tricks during the show. That was the victim's plan for revenge, and while he didn't, in fact, steal the notebook, the defendant murdered him before he had a chance to reveal the secrets.
Hold it!
I'm sorry, but what exactly is the basis for claiming it was murder?
Beats me.
What? The basis is beats me?
You'll have to ask Prosecutor Samani over there because he hasn't told me his reason either.
Emma?
Detective Skye, your feeding of your information to the fans has not gone unnoticed by my eyes. The bad karma of acts which go against your duty will impinge upon your next life. But even before that, it may impinge upon your job in the form of a transfer. Please, don't get me kicked out of the forensic unit. Anything but that!
Poor Emma. She's really been risking everything for us. Well, Prosecutor Samani, what are your grounds for claiming homicide?
It was the luminous tape in the understage passage. I realized that it had been moved so that Mr. Rias would climb up into the downstage coffin by mistake.
Huh? What?
Mr. Rias, who was waiting in the understage passage, was supposed to have used the upstage ladder shown here on the left. He was to climb up to the coffin that had been set up in the backstage area. After being turned into a stuffed dragon during Act 1, Mr. Rias was supposed to come back to life and emerge from that coffin. But the luminous tape had been moved to the marked downstage ladder. So the victim climbed up to the coffin on the stage itself by mistake. The very same coffin the accused thrust her sword into.
And you have proof that it was my client who moved the tape?
But of course, Detective Skye. Hmm? Oh, that's right! I identified the defendant's fingerprints on the luminous tape. You what? He actually had proof? Well, defense, are you finally ready to let it all go and move on?
Absolutely not! Detective, please add the information about the prints on the tape to your testimony.
Okay. Defendant's prints were on the tape. I guess she must have moved it. Press.
Hold it! What made you think to check the luminous tape for prints?
Well, I bet it was Detective Intuition. I dusted not just the tape, but just about everywhere for fingerprints.
Oh.
I dusted pretty much every single surface in the theater. I mean, it was so nice to be able to dust for prints without anybody getting mad at me.
It's great that you're enthusiastic, Emma, but there is such a thing as too enthusiastic.
The tape was moved to guide Mysterious into the coffin that was downstage. If that's true, it does sound like a murder rather than an accident.
It certainly doesn't help that Trucy's prints are on the tape. I wish I knew what sound would even be appropriate to make in this situation. What else?
The victim planned to get his revenge. Oh, we're back from square one.
The victim planned to get his revenge on the troops Grammys during Trucy's act show.
The victim planned to get it. We're gonna keep on pressing until we find a hit.
Revenge after all this time. It's been 13 years already. Why now?
I know, right? I thought that was pretty sketchy myself. I mean, wouldn't he have done it a long time ago if he was gonna do it after?
Detective Skye, self-indulgent outbursts such as those will earn you divine punishment in the form of a salary event. Oh no! So much for pay. Wait, that's what divine punishment means? Let the detective have her snack. This humble servant of Holy Mother shall explain. Over a decade ago, the true Grammys were at their height of their popularity. But then, their reputation declined and they had all but faded from public memory. Until recently, that is, when Wright sought to recapture their former glory. The defendant, and at such a young age too, how impressive! Yes, the accused's skill at magic is undoubtedly impressive. If she hadn't fallen onto the path of sin, she would have had a bright future ahead of her. It's always sad to see such promising young potential go to waste. Now then, continue.
Emma. It was puppy dog eyes though. Mysterious was going to steal the Grammys notebook from the defendant. He then intended to reveal the secrets behind their magic tricks during the show. That was the victim's plan for revenge, and while he did in fact steal the notebook, the defendant murdered him before he had a chance to reveal the secrets. The defendant's prints were on the tape. I guess she must have moved it during this show. Okay, what is a contradiction? What's this? Mysterious transferred into a dragon. Tracy's hat trick. Monty's teleportation trick and Tracy's escape trick. Mysterious fire trick. This will be dangerous. Make it sure. Why do I feel like the script is one of them? The entertainer will always show the face. It's a stain from an injury. What we got? Hold up. Fingerprints. But dust lines inside the pail? That did not make sense. Tracy moved the stage list to cover for Bonnie's mistakes. She told no one about this. She did move it. Defendant's prints were on the tape. I guess she must have moved it during the show. Defendant's prints were on the tape. I guess she must have moved it on the during the show. Yo, let me double check on this. Is it the freaking...
Yeah, I'm gonna make a big old guess right now. It could be this, but I wanna double check. Statement 5. Coffin. Statement 5. Statement 5. What the heck? Oh, what the hell? Okay, fingerprint results.
Hold it!
No! What the heck did I press? I was pressing. Oh, never mind. Oh, well, we're gonna go through this again. Yeah, this is gonna be. We're gonna go into parts of this. How long did it take for the freaking previous episode to finish the trial? We went over like six parts. 4 parts were basically the trial. No, 5 parts were basically the trial. This is for number 5. Present. I was taking the fingerprints, but I get not fingerprints, the script or whatever. Defendant murdered him before he had a chance to reveal his secrets.
Objection!
And which part? Ah, come on! Hold up. Am I reading this thing wrong? Evidence. Defendant's motive. Statement 5. Press. Ah, statement 6! Oh, I got it wrong. All because I read it wrong. I read it wrong. What the heck? Okay, present.
Objection!
There you go. I'm sorry, Detective Skye, but there's a flaw in your testimony.
Oh, really?
The prosecution is claiming that Miss Wright moved the understage tape during the show in order to guide the victim into the coffin downstage. But it doesn't make sense that she would have left the prints on the tape at that time. It doesn't? Please consider the fingerprints results of the main coffin, which shows that not one of my client's fingerprints was found on it or in it.
That's true. We didn't find any of prints on that coffin.
I think you realize what the flaw in your testimony is. Claiming Miss Wright left prints on the tape during the show is inconsistent with the facts. Because she was wearing gloves during the show. Oh, that makes sense. I wasn't thinking about gloves.
Oh!
She must have left the print somewhere, sometime before the show started. Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about that. In other words, her prints do not prove she moved the tape to mislead the victim. The prosecution investigation was insufficient.
Oh my! But on a personal level, I'm very happy about that.
Well, Prosecutor Samari, if the defense argument is true, then you have no evidence the defendant moved the tape to the decisive victim.
I see. Apparently the defense is more intelligent than I thought. More than a stink bug at any rate.
Come on! You can butt me to at least a stag beetle now, can't you?
Would that really be any better?
Of course! Way better! Stag beetles are cool with those huge mandibles of theirs.
If the defense wishes to be promoted to a stag beetle, then answer me this question.
Alright, shoot!
Even with no evidence that the accused moved the tape to misguide the victim, the victim still climbed the ladder using the tape as a guide, and entered the coffin on the stage. The accused then thrust her sword into said coffin with the victim in it.
So what you're saying is, the fact remains that the victim was stabbed to death, right?
Precisely. However, this does drastically change one aspect of this case. If the accused did not lead the victim into the coffin on purpose, then it means the victim's death could have been accidental. If it was indeed accident, the defense can't argue that it was involuntary manslaughter.
I see. If it was involuntary manslaughter, they could plead extenuating the circumstances. and the severity of the crime would be mitigated, whatever that means. Defense!
Oh, wrong voice. Defense! Defense, if you believe the accused did not murder the victim, then do you argue that it was an accident?
This is it, the all-important question. Defense argues that Mr. Rios' death was an accident, a murder. It says option 2. The defense maintains the defendant is entirely innocent. We believe that it wasn't an accident, but murder. And what's more, we believe it was committed by a third party.
A third party? As in the true culprit is someone else?
That is quite a brazen claim to make, and one wholly without grounds. Your voice is loud as your suit, and your mind echoes just as loudly in emptiness. Surely you were but a red pepper in your previous life. I've been demoted to a vegetable?
Wow, I didn't know a person could be reincarnated as a non-sentient plant.
In any case, I do have grounds to make this claim. Let us hear this reasoning of yours then. Alright, but before I give it, there is one question that we need to address. If the victim was killed by some third party, then the sword the defendant thrust into the coffin was the cause of death? If that's the case, then how did we wind up with a dead body inside the coffin? Very good question. Now let's hear your opinion, Mr. Justice. How did the victim's body wind up inside the coffin?
He was killed in the coffin? That's basically saying that Trucy did it. He was killed under stage.
It's gotta be this. What if the victim was killed under the stage before being put into the coffin? In other words, what if the victim was already dead in the coffin from the get-go? I see. In that case, the defendant's sword would have been the cause of death. How do you respond, Prosecutor Samari? That is the third time. Third time of what? Yeah. Huh? What the heck is this? Huh. Ah! Ow! My head! Ah. What do you think you're doing? Even the merciful Holy Mother loses patience if she's struck 3 times. Since you never learned, you needed to be punished. Why don't you let me worry about what I need and don't need? It is what you deserve for interfering with my sacred last rites for the victim. You are a brainless lawyer chasing phantoms. You know nothing. Let this humble servant of the Holy Mother give you an edifying sermon. A sermon? Now? There is a passage in the sacred scriptures of Kunainism. A cornered frog will swallow even a snake. Huh? Let's double check on what I have to do before that. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Huh? A cornered lawyer has accidentally struck back hard against the prosecution. Did I get it right? No, for I am not done with my sermon. And yet, the frog still dies, its belly bitten and torn from within. Just great! And in that case, you are the frog defense. What exactly is your point, anyway? Let us assume for a moment that the victim was killed under the stage. Who then had the opportunity to do so during the show? Let's see, the people in the show were... Bonnie DeFame, the victim Mr. Rios, and Trucy Wright. Bonnie DeFame was on stage throughout the entire show, as easily confirmed by the footage from the show. Which leaves us with only one suspect, Trucy Wright. Now, do you see? The accused killed Mr. Rios as he waited on standby in the understage passage, and then placed his dead body in the coffin above, thus making the murder look like an accident. No! Oh, great and merciful Holy Mother. Thus, another putrid mind has been guided toward enlightenment. I can't believe I swallowed his trick question hole.
Objection!
Athena?
Sorry, but I have to raise an objection here.
Athena? What are you?
There's something I wanted to point out, Apollo.
And who might you be? You strike me as a mere child incontinence.
I may be young, but I have an attorney's badge just the same.
And you would contribute to this discussion in that capacity?
Why, I most certainly would.
Hello?
You just argued the defendant killed the victim under the stage, but let me remind you that Miss Wright is a girl.
Clearly. Surely you didn't raise an objection simply to point out such obvious fact. Your Honor, please send for this little child's guardian to come take her home.
Hold it!
But I'm not done with my sermon!
Huh? You don't need to talk like Prosecutor Sanmani, you know.
Listen, if the victim was killed in the understage passage, then his body would have been hauled up to the stage, right? However, Miss Wright is a young girl and a pretty petite one at that. She couldn't have possibly have hefted the large body up and put in the coffin.
That's why I was suggesting the freaking crane back there. The winch, there you go. That's true, it doesn't seem like it would be a rather difficult task for a defendant. That's why you have a winch. I don't think even I could do that.
What do you think of that, Prosecutor? Who's the child now?
In my religion, the priestess of Kunainism are revered as the pillars of our beliefs, so I naturally hold nothing but deep respect for women. I also think highly of the female perspective.
Says the man who called this fair maiden a little child.
Who's a fair maiden? Oh, I get it. I agree that your opinion is worth discussing, defense. How, indeed, was the dead body raised up into the coffin? By the accused, Trucy Wright, that is.
You're committed to the pointing the finger at her no matter what, huh? Then you explain how that even be possible.
But of course. There was a way for even a small creature like her to raise the victim's body up.
Huh? Wait. You really can't explain it?
I foresaw that our arguments would come to this, so I prepared a witness. Well, I admire your readiness, Prosecutor. It is really not that difficult when one reads the ultimate outcome of any trial.
He couldn't have really predicted that thing would turn out like this, could he?
It's pretty hard to believe.
Excuse me, but may I step down now?
Yes, I suppose you may. One moment, Detective Skye.
I'm sorry for, the way I handled all this.
You did a fine job, Detective. Your testimony was invaluable.
It was?
Yes, you served well as a detective, whatever, and did not allow your personal feelings to interfere. You overcome the conflict emotions you felt and performed your duty admirably. This sounds bad. You will be rewarded for your fine work.
Oh, thank you?
I hope we can work together again in the future. Emma seems bewildered by the unexpected praise.
I guess he's a pretty nice person like they say, as long as you're not against him.
Now then, let us call the next witness. Okay, I think today's wraps up today's episode right here. I said today too many times, but Okay, I think this is where we wrapped up for now. We'll have another witness in the next episode. So make sure to hit that like button, comment, performance. If you're new, if you're like a secret, subscribe button, this is XTV, and I'm signing out.